Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I am Country Boy, and what's your favorite scary movie as we open up Ghostface from NECA? So welcome back to Whatcha Figure. As I said, we're going to be opening up Ghostface from the Scream franchise, which has to be my favorite of the horror movie franchises, I would say. I might have a favorite horror movie, but franchise-wise, Scream definitely takes top billing because I love the way that they're able to subvert expectations and they're able to go meta with all of their movies and stuff like that. It is great. I mean, I never know who the killer is going to be unless I've already seen the movie. Except for maybe the sixth one. The sixth one I thought was a little bit obvious. But other than that, these movies are golden. I love watching these ones. And you know what? My kid, he might have watched a little bit of one of the movies, and he's obsessed with Ghostface. He should not have watched the little bit of movie that he watched, but he happened to see it on TV, and he just loves Ghostface. He's obsessed with Ghostface. So without further ado, let's get to looking at the packaging. And so here we have the packaging for Ghostface. Ultimate Ghostface action figure. Very plain Jane on the front, but that's all you really need. You need the face of the ghost face. So that's all the guy wears in the movie, or guy or gal, whoever the villain might be. It's just simple mask and a black cloak. So boom, right there. On the side here, we have an image of the figure. So you can see he's got kind of the bloody knife there. And I'm not too sure what's going on, what they're holding there. But there's the face, and you can see the kind of the cloak a little bit. Very, very hidden in the background there. And then Ghostface NECA Real Toys. It says right there. And on the back, it says Ghostface, icon of Halloween, features with this brand new Ultimate Edition action figure featuring over 25 points of articulation and real fabric cloak. So yeah, you can see right there, there is Ghostface, and then there's three other versions of him you can have with the knife. You got the glowing face, and then you got that gnarly looking face with the scythe, it looks like. Mask glows in the dark, and then there's right down there, it says some other accessories that it comes with as well too. And then on the side there, the same image you saw on the other side, so not too much to say there. On the top, Ghostface NECA, ages 17 and up. You make sure you are of age, not like my 3-year-old son who watched 5 minutes of the movie and may or may not have had nightmares that night. And then there's also the people right here that you can give credit to because they did the making of this toy, which is just looking awesome so far. Let's get a look at inside the packaging, and there is an image of Ghostface right there in all his glory, and then the actual figure himself with all of his accessories, looking pretty sweet. So without further ado, let's get into the packaging. And here he is, Ghostface himself, looking creepy and scary. No, you know what? Not really creepy and scary. I always thought Ghostface didn't really have a scary look to him. He was, it was like the costume you could pick up at a dollar store sort of thing. Look is what it was, and that's the idea. Oh, I got Henry down here, so I'm playing with Ghostface, and
You open your Ghostface?
yes, I'm opening my Ghostface.
You got two Ghostface open?
Well, I just got one Ghostface open, but
And what do Ghostface?
those are the different masks that he wears.
What do Matt?
That's a green one,
Oh.
and it glows in the dark. And this is like an old mask, and it's like wrinkly and cracked and broken. And this one is got blood on it.
And you got Owies?
Yeah, owies. It's got owies on it.
What's this Ghostface?
Oh, this is the regular Ghostface. This is what he normally looks
Is
like.
this a scary Ghostface?
Yeah, they're all scary Ghostface, I think.
What's this knife?
Those are all the knives that he uses. Yeah.
He did want them in his hand?
I will put them in his hand. Yes, I will. I will put them in his hand. Yeah, I know. I'll play with him later, Henry. I gotta do something here. Okay, so take 2. Here we go. As I was saying before, my son came in. This is Ghostface, and he looks really cool. I love the way this guy looks. I never thought of him as this scary guy that, like, Jason or Freddy Krueger. Like, they got scars, they've got battle damage. Those guys look disgusting. Whereas this guy, is like a dollar store costume that anybody could be, basically. And that's the whole idea, is that anybody could be Ghostface. So that's part of the movies, is that there's also a mystery behind who is the killer or killers in most of the movies anyways. You can probably hear the pounding upstairs. That's going to be Henry running around, probably just excited because he just saw Ghostface. But anywho, let's go to some of the accessories that we got with this guy. Starting with these hands right here. So we got two big old gripping hands. So he's going to be holding his weapons, most notably his knives, obviously. And so these are gloves. Obviously, he wears gloves because you don't want to know if he's white, he's black, he's Asian. You don't want to give that away right away. So you gotta have the gloves on, and no fingerprints that ways too. Smart, very smart. And then he comes with this big old scythe, which was in one of the movies. I'm having a hard time remembering which exact movie it was, but it wasn't like a big thing that he used constantly throughout the movie. It was like a one-off type weapon. And it's a cool looking scythe. It looks like a scythe should look. Got like the wood handles going on here with the metal bracings and stuff, and like the worn metal top here. And this does feel brittle, just so you know. This is very thin right here, so it's light and brittle, so this could break easily. Just be careful with this, I'll say. But yeah, cool looking scythe. They didn't need to throw that in there, but it's cool that they did because it was one of the weapons that he had in one of the movies. And then he's also got these knives here, starting with this knife here, which is the classic kitchen knife that you'd pull out of the sheath with all the knives and stuff. And it's already got blood on it, so he's obviously done some damage. I want to say Halle Berry was holding this knife. Halle Berry, my goodness. Drew Barrymore. Wow, I'm way off on names here. Drew Barrymore in the first Scream. I'm pretty sure this is the knife that she would have grabbed to kind of try to defend herself. But then there's also these other two knives here, which is a classic, I guess a butcher knife or a bowie, I guess is what this one would be called. Got like the antler kind of handle, it looks like. And also, someone else has been stabbed the franchise that was in the movies that was based off of Sidney Prescott's story. That's pretty cool. I like that they totally did the whole meta inside the movie thing going on. It's just so cool. I love these movies so much. And then the other knife here is the classic knife that you will see him using in basically every one of these movies. Just this wicked, cool looking knife. A hunter's knife, a butcher's knife, whatever you call this one. I forget what it's called. But again, more blood. You could get a knife here without any blood on it. They just had to make sure that there was damage. And my goodness, he is really running around up there. Also, what he comes with is this voice changer, the voice modulator that he uses or she uses in each one of the movies. So you can say, "What's your favorite scary movie?" Or "Hello, Sydney." Just classic. Oh man, is it focusing in here? Focusing. Here we go. Let's get that right there. So there's the voice modulator, voice changer. Looks like it does basically in the movies. Pretty cool. And then we got these extra heads. So obviously you got the classic head going on there. Start with this one here, which it's like the classic head, but he's just destroyed somebody and stab. Got some blood on his face. He's gonna have to clean that up later. Looking cool. And you can see that the back is just black. It's like obviously going to be like so that it kind of blends in with the hood and the rest of the costume. That's the whole idea. Otherwise, it would just be a white mask on top of someone's face, which obviously they didn't actually design any faces for this. You don't know who the killer's going to be in this guy. And then there's this old looking one, decrepit and just cracked and broken, cool looking. I probably won't have this one on because I don't even remember when this would have been used other than like maybe in Scream 6 when they had all the different masks splayed out. And then I'll show you this one as well too, a green mask. You're wondering, why is there a green one? Because they had glow in the dark. They got to have the glow in the dark masks. I think that's more of an homage to like the fans of the Stab franchise. Some of them would have like different masks and stuff like that. And this would be one of them. So you got to have the glow in the dark if you're gonna have a scary looking dude. And then so that's all the accessories. Let's go look at the figure itself. Classic Scream Ghostface mask. You couldn't do any better than that. Just the pure white with the black in the eyes, nose, mouth. I mean, and then even the costume, it definitely has that like almost like elastic look and feel that was wearing that the costumes were in the movies. Very simple, just like a Grim Reaper type cloak with tassels coming off the backs here. It looks cheapy, but that's the whole idea. Like it's supposed to be a dollar store costume that you could buy. And if you do this, obviously it's just like the other ones. You can see that it's just like the black in the back there, and it doesn't look right with the hood like that. So I gotta put the hood back up. And then the boots, he's got these reddish or brownish, I guess, dark boots. I think the boots have changed throughout the years. I'm pretty sure they've been more high top. These aren't as high top, or at least maybe they just did it that way so that it'll articulate better for the figure. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, he wore high top boots, and maybe they were even a little darker, maybe more black that matched the pants, which are, leads us to these pants here, these black old jeans it looks like he's wearing. And if you want to know what he's wearing underneath here, not really anything. It's just plain Jane figure. It's all about the cloak on top, but it shows you the articulation that you can have right there with the waist, or sorry, the chest swivel and articulation there. So that's what you got underneath there. But it looks good. The pants look good. They look like the black pants that they would have wore in the movies. And so while we're here, let's look at some articulation. So the head goes back about yay far, and then forward about yay far, which is pretty good. That's really good range right there. In most of the movies, he was very agile, a lot of jumping and falling, and very clumsy. The Ghostface have been throughout the years. Very, very clumsy. Arms, so I'll do the head. It could swivel all the way around if I took the hood off, but yeah, so it's got lots of good motion there, good range, left, right, good motions there. And then the arms, let's go up about yay far, about 90 degrees there. And then I believe it's a single jointed elbow. Yeah, so it's about that far. Anyway, maybe you can go a little further. I'm not going to press it because I can't really quite tell if it goes any further than that. So that's as far as I'm going to go with it. And then maybe it is double jointed, actually. I think I felt 2 joints. Oh yeah, you can go in further. So I think it is double jointed, actually. Look at that. It goes a little further than I thought. And then the wrist rotates all the way around and then bends back like that and forward like that. Pretty good wrist articulation. Oh, I just popped it out of the socket by accident. My bad. Okay, so hand back in there. Pretty easy to slot back in there. It's just like a classic peg that you would have with any other figure. And then let's go. So yeah, the chest movement is a little bit limiting. You can't really tell too much because of the cloak, but yeah, there is some movement right there. It's not huge movement, but it's good enough for what you need. And then the legs go way out. Wow, that is a Van Damme right there if I ever saw one. Holy cow. And the legs go forward about that much. We've got a good kicking motion, and backwards about that far. Pretty good too. And then he's got the single jointed knee, so that's just about 90 degrees, just under 90 degrees I'd say, because of just the way the shape of the pants are. And then you got yourself some foot articulation, goes all the way around that ways. Rocker, tiny little bit of motion that ways. And then down, not too much because of the cuffs of the pants kind of get in the way. And then up, again, not too much. It's very limiting that ways. But yeah, all in all, this is a good looking figure. It definitely looks like Ghostface. Which Ghostface is this supposed to be? I think it's just your general Ghostface. There's not any specific guy under there. There's no Billy Loomis underneath there, or Billy Loomis's mother, or any of the other plethora of Ghostface we've had throughout the years. So that's going to do it for looking at just the figure. Why can't I get him to stand? There we go, standing. That's looking at the figure by itself. I'll do a little bit of comparisons with some other things that I have kind of in this line. We'll see how they compare. Stay tuned. And here we have him kind of with his scythe and his voice modulator and the bloody mask. Looking really cool. I thought I'd throw in some comparisons here. Some ones that I thought were maybe obvious, maybe not too obvious. But he's a ghost face, so I thought I'd throw in a Ghost Rider, which doesn't make any sense. And these guys are not in the same world at all. Or if they are, they never cross paths as far as what I've ever seen. But yeah, I mean, obviously you can see that this guy's still taller than this guy. But I mean, that they're different companies. These guys are more 7-inch type figures. These are more of the 6-inch type figures. And I think even for 6-inch figures, I think he's still a little bit big. But yeah, looking cool. They definitely don't go together, but that's how they fare. And then a ghost face also has to face off against a Ghostbuster. Yeah, got Ray Stantz here. That's right. I'm going to take you out, mother. I mean, he doesn't talk like that at all. That is not how Ray Stantz talks. But wow, the scaling on this is very different. I mean, unless Ghostface is like 8 feet tall, I don't think that they would scale together very well. And you know, Ghostface did go to New York, which is where Ghostbusters are based out of. So I don't think that this is quite the comparison that they would have. But that's it for the Ghostbuster guy. Last one I will throw in here is another NECA figure. The old school horror type figures. This is the Wolfman, obviously. And he scales about the same size as Ghostface. If I had his legs straight, he would be about the same size as Ghostface. And so, like, you can see, they definitely, NECA doesn't skimp on the details. They got awesome details here, they got awesome details here. Very different types of horror movies. You know, these are old school black and white. These are more modern, new school type movies, and I love both of them. I love the style of both of these, and I like the way both of these turned out for NECA. So if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. I am CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there somewheres. Go ahead and check me out on other channels, other platforms. I'm also on YouTube again with my friends. We have a channel called Wasted Opinions. We love doing videos. We have a blast talking about horror stuff and and video games and all the other kind of stuff that anybody would expect people to talk about in pop culture. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I am Country Boy, and I put the sass in sarsaparilla. I am Country Boy, and today, what's your favorite scary movie as we open it up? Ghostface, as we are opening up.